Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
going on? We back
to the second episode of the Problematic Gentlemen Podcast on this lovely, it's a Sunday evening when we record, but you guys get it in the week.
Installment number 2, y'all. We back.
So, you can't be excited for this. We got some good shit coming. You know what I mean? It's football Sunday. B, how did your team play?
We play Monday night, Ravens. Monday night.
My team tied with the Eagles. I'm just happy to see y'all upset. There's going to be a lot of upset. Philly fans, I'm happy for that.
Eagles, I love to see we all lose. Bleed green. Bleed them green teeth.
You like when the dagger kind of gets turned? Yeah.
Open.
And about you, Mike? I think your Patriots won, right? Something like.
We cool. This is a championship podcast up here, so it's like really me and Mike can really.
This nigga funny. This nigga's funny.
Just saying.
But the Lakers is going to the championship.
My Miami Heat are going to the finals. We kicking them.
Anyway, irrelevancy.
We not a sports podcast.
Today we got some good shit for y'all. We got a couple of topics that we're excited to speak on. The very, very, very first topic we will bring up today is social media. All the bullshit that we did with them.
So when we say social media, like, I would look at it as like how you think it's like how we interact with women that we dealing with on social media, how we view them, how they may view us, like where can we take that for real? Like,
I mean, I feel like there's so many different ways we can spin that. Me personally, I think it'd be important because I think the most important thing to speak on with it is how much do you two, or all three of us obviously, but how much do you guys feel as though social media plays a part within relationships when you're actually actively with someone? Like, how much of a part does that shit play?
Me, honestly, I'm not too big on it. Like, I don't really care for it. Now, I feel like it has to be handled in the aspect of the person. For example, for me, I don't really post pictures and stuff often. Anyway, if I'm posting on social media now at this point where I'm at, it's about my job or it's like some promotion or something. I don't really have too many posts of me. So as a relationship, my girl probably won't be getting posted as much because it's not a big deal to me. Right. I don't really care.
So you sure that's not some fuckboy shit you be telling bitches? So
but I mean,
I
used to use that line back in the day. I used to throw that out. Nah, baby, I don't leave me on that. But I was posting myself, so it's like the contradiction was there.
Yeah.
Now,
at this point,
I'm not going to be not posting you to hide. I just don't really care about people seeing it. That's really what it's for.
It's a good way to look at it.
That's really what it's for. It's really so other people can know, or other people can be in your business.
Right.
So now if it's something, you feel me? If it's something like a birthday or we out on a date, yeah, I can throw you up there. I'm not really tripping on that.
Right.
But if it's just a Tuesday or a Woman Crush Wednesday every
week,
I
ain't in that.
I'm not.
That's a young girl.
You feel me? Because you with me probably every day. So why do I have to post you? Or because you just want everybody to see you with me? Like everyone's gonna know you with me. That's the thing. Right. It's not like you gonna go on my page and I'm gonna look like I'm single. I'm gonna be up there like, hey, slide in my DMs, girl.
Right.
But you gonna know I got a girl, but you just not gonna see her all the time. To me, that's not a big deal. And again, on the other side, if my girl not posting me, I'm not really tripping. As long as dudes know.
Yeah.
You don't allow that to play too much of a part in your shit.
But I ain't really worried like, girl, you gotta post me on Monday because it's Man Crush Monday.
Right.
That's not.
That's not.
I'll probably say I'm more on the side of Mike, as far as like the social media shit. That like Instagram and shit, that shit don't mean too much to me. Like I post memes and funny shit on there. So if I post on my story, it's random shit. I post pictures of my dog and I post memes and funny shit. I don't care. Like I had this discussion with my chicks that I'm dealing with, especially like my exes. Like I had a discussion early on, like, yo, I don't care how you move on social media. Let me say I don't care how you move. It's like, just be respectful. All I say is that. One, I scope it out. So if we start talking, and like, I've learned this off rip. If you got a bunch of bikini pics and a bunch of shit and you posing with your asshole, and it don't even have to be you posing with your asshole, but like a bunch of bikini pics, a bunch of cleavage pics, I already know what type of chick you is. Not saying that make you a hoe, but you're vanity driven and you're attention seeking. And that's nothing I want to be a part of.
It's a good way to spell some shit out a lot of times. See, that's the thing with me specifically. I agree with both of y'all. Like I come from the realm of not really giving much of a fuck personally. Like it's just it has to be a thing of respect. What you say?
I said just do what you do.
Exactly. It has to
treat it. Act like you got a boyfriend. And I'm a
let it be known in its quaint way. It doesn't have to be forced and shown to everybody.
I always, like Mike said, anybody that knows me, my family, my friends, coworkers, people that know me, they're going to know I have a girlfriend. I'm gonna talk you up all day. So I don't need social media validation from that. That shit don't mean nothing to me. But you need to move like you got a boyfriend. So if niggas comment on your picture, you don't need to comment back. You don't need to like niggas' responses to what you say or all that shit. I don't care about you liking pictures. I don't care about you liking pictures. That's what Instagram is for.
Now, are y'all two in relationships? Do you still like pictures?
Of course.
Do you still?
I mean, with me personally,
when is it? What's the
like,
boundary?
when is the threshold?
What is the boundary?
Like for me, I really don't mind it as much. Like it's one of them things. I'm not gonna be giving a fuck if somebody's like, you know, if you liking the pic, like B said, and that's about as far as I allow it to go. In that scenario, I think it's important to play that part where it's like, it all bounds around respect, and by how you act on that shit shows me how much you respect the situation. If you want that motherfucker, like B was saying. And niggas going, when you post up your little thirst trap, because every chick to a degree has to post thirst traps. But
once you say, when you're in a relationship, you don't need to be doing that.
Well, I'm saying thirst trap. Anything to a male to a degree, if he's thirsty enough, is a thirst
that's
trap.
That's your
like,
perception, though, as a nigga. You could perceive it as a thirst trap. She might just be putting a picture of herself up.
But that's what I'm saying. To them, they could be like, "This is a thirst trap. I'm gonna use it as an excuse to reach out."
Yeah.
But it's one of them things where it's like, I'm saying. Well, when I say thirst trap also as well, what I could also look at it is like, I don't give a fuck if you post certain pictures of yourself. Now, I don't want you to be showcasing everything that you got going on, but you might have something on you out with your girls that can look a bit skimpy, but you posing or whatever. I'm not gonna wow, but the niggas out on the street might take that as that.
They approach you with that energy, and they make up in DMs.
And when they do that, all you gotta do is just make sure you are careful as to how you approach the situation and show respect. Like B said, niggas gonna be on your pictures, dropping all kinds of comments, all kinds of
you
hard
be just
eyes,
like a nut, and nigga gonna jump in the DM.
Yes. Don't be on that motherfucker single-handedly liking every single comment, responding to niggas like, girl, you look good, good morning. And you responding back, yeah, thank you, good morning.
No.
Like, no. That type, because then that just shows, to me, it's like,
that's blood in the water, man.
yeah, it's like because I've been a nigga on the outside, well, not really on those, because I don't be single. I think y'all niggas is goofy that be on like single-handedly commenting on bitches' pictures and just leaving random shit. That shit is trash, nigga. But,
fellas, stop doing it.
And y'all gonna see a lot of times on these topics, you gonna randomly bring up the bullshit that we hate from the ain't shit niggas out here that make life hard for real niggas like us. We do that quite often.
Cause I'm trying to actually tell her she look good.
Right.
And you done told her 65 times.
So my you look good don't mean shit no more.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Cause 98 niggas did it. Rest of the fucking week.
That shit is imperfect. It don't matter to her. She is nullified to that shit. Like that. She don't even think about it.
She ain't worried about me. So it's like that's the thing. I just feel like it's all about the boundary. How far you allowing to let it go? Don't be just letting niggas mishandle the situation in a way where they can interpret this as a like you said, blood in the water. There's fire going on over there. Let me go fuck with it. Right. Nah, just don't do that.
Like I said, I've been in situations. I speak to my own situation, like in past relationships that I've had before, where it's like I've had to tell like one of my exes, like, yo, like I would see her. She responded to a nigga. In her DM, not in her DMs. She responded to a nigga comment, like he gave some like I don't even like googly eyes or something like that, or like I think like the mind explosion on, and she put like fire emoji or something like that shit. I'm like, yeah, you don't need to respond like that. I know, it's innocent. It don't mean nothing, and I know it's innocent coming from you, but to another nigga, he perceives like, damn, here go my shot.
And for some reason, why they never take that to the ball?
Yeah,
right.
To him, you're giving him an open lane. I understand that's not what you're doing, but I'm telling you, as a man, as a dude, and as a guy who's been single, and as an ancient nigga who's been that before, that's how a guy will perceive that. So don't give him the lane to try to come at you in a disrespectful manner. You don't need to comment back on his shit. You don't need to like his comment that he said to you. You can go through Instagram and have fun, and don't act like no bird. Act like you got a man. Please. Like, showcase us respectfully, because I'm going to always showcase how we move in a respectful manner. Right. That's all I ask. Mm-hmm. It's social media, and we're not supposed to put that much stock in it, but where a lot of chicks get carried away is, because we're dudes, the majority of us aren't vanity driven, so we're not that into our looks as much. No, there are dudes who are into
don't
that.
Really have to be, right.
Yeah,
right.
There are dudes who are like that, but it's like,
and
for the most part, exactly, for the most part, especially the dudes I hang around, they don't really engage in that, they don't get into that, so it's like, that's not really a high priority to us to take 1 million pictures a day and put male thirst traps and all that kind of shit up. So it's like, you don't have to worry about that from your dude 9 times out of 10. But the chicks, it's like, why do you feel the need to feel like you got 1,000 bathing suits to get your ass out? It's like, what are you looking for?
Because you bringing up, I like how you just said that, because once again, this is how we speaking on realm of relationship. At this point, we dating this person, we're with this person, and we're speaking on what we expect them or what we expect them to do or not to do. Right. For social media, like you said, that's one of them things where you also have to put yourself in the shoes of the opposite person. Like you was like, all right, you don't gotta really deal with that for me because I'm not as vanity driven. So you're not gonna be worrying about chicks pressing me in that way. But put yourself in my shoes. Speaking that to the female, like, how would you then feel if I did what you got to deal with?
I wouldn't do that.
And I think sometimes females struggle with that a lot too.
Because they look at it like, oh my God, you trying to put me? No, how about you just learn to respect what we have and move accordingly? That's where I come from.
And another thing, does a female that is trying to talk to you, if she's like, oh, you need to post me, is that like a turn off for y'all? Because for me personally, I've never experienced it, and like my actual experience with females, a girl that was really big on social media. Now I have seen it before, like my friends, like a girl actually upset that he's not posting, or like you can't like no pictures, you can't. For me personally, a female that's like that would be a turn off to me, like, because I can be on my, I mean, you on Instagram to like pictures, like that's what it's for.
That's what it's for.
As long, I feel like even if I got a girl, as long as I'm not on there like liking 6 pictures, throwing heart out and shit. If I'm just scrolling through and I'm tapping like, and I keep it moving, like, don't be pressing my line. First of all, if you stalking me that hard and watching all my moves, or what I seen you like her picture on Tuesday,
that's
I'm
wild.
gonna be like, all right, like, come on now.
First of
it
all,
shouldn't even be that important. Like, why are you that focused on me liking the picture?
I follow IG models. Like, I'm gonna like them pictures every now and then. But one, it's an IG model. Even I got like 100 pics. That bitch ain't gonna be like, what's up, nigga? Like, she ain't even do that.
We the most, I can say we probably some of the most confident, self-confident people in ourselves that I feel like I can get any girl.
Of course, that's the mantra in which you should carry.
But just like you said, if that social media model or that Instagram influencer that I'm in, I like her picture, she probably not giving me the time of day.
And to be honest with you, I like my bitches with like 2 followers. Like,
nah,
I really do, nigga, real shit. Because at the end of the day, that shows me, a lot of times that does showcase the fact that you don't give 2 flying fucks.
Oh yeah, because what be funny to me is the bitches that's so worried about, and I'm trying to not say bitch so much, but it's so fluent. What's funny to me about the chicks is so worried about their follower ratio. It's like, oh, I follow like 62 people, but I got like 1,400 followers or 4,200 followers. Well, one, you worried about that. That's kind of alarming.
To a degree, yes.
To a degree, it's a little bit alarming, but it's just like,
it means that much.
I like the chicks. The chick, here's a pro tip. To the chicks, it's like, I like the chick that got maybe 460 followers and follow like 900 people. I like that shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess what I was trying to say was more to the line. I agree with you 100% because it's like ratioed out. Like you said, you got 400 followers, but then you got like 1,000 motherfuckers that you follow. Yeah. It's like, you're not really popular.
Yeah,
but it's
I don't be popping like that.
I don't want you to. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like, there's certain things that we use, like, I can only speak from a realm of as a man, but it's like, there are certain things that I do honestly feel like we use to kind of probe in our own way and utilize that as a vetting process as well. Like B was saying earlier with the bikini shit and like the real seductive picture. I mean, every single picture you got on there showcasing that, to me that's hella weird. But then if I go to a chick, I mean, I still fuck with you, try to get your number, do all that. I'm gonna do the regular show, like give you the regular show. But my intention with you might swing literally just because of that, how you carry yourself and how you try to like let everybody know who you are as a person. But I could jump on the other chick page that I'm talking to that I might have masked off one of the apps with, and she got nothing but all her college pictures up. And I'm turned on by that shit. Because it's just like, you don't really give a fuck about a lot of the shit that things bitches be caring about. You know what I'm saying?
It's just so many telltale signs. It's like when I talk to a new chick or I meet a chick, or whether it be out and about, she gets my IG from a club or whatever, or dating app, because we all use dating apps here, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So it's like facts. So it's like when you meet these chicks on Instagram or you go to their page, it be red alarms that I'll be looking for. It's like, you got mad pictures of you like in your bikini. You got mad pictures of you like posing certain ways. Like why? I know what it's for. The ass out. Like why?
You be sitting that motherfucker on the seat on
camera,
yeah, where they down there?
Where they hold the camera, like they kind of taking it in the mirror behind them. Like, come on, shawty. Like,
And then, what are you doing?
Another thing with that I actually find funny, again, and ladies, I'm actually on your side with this, so don't do crazy, but understand that it is goofy niggas out here. So when you post these ass pics and these pictures showing your body, which you can, and it is fine, and I still respect you, but you gotta understand that the attention that you're bringing to yourself is the niggas that hit you with the, oh, I'm trying to fuck.
But those are the same niggas y'all claim to be turned off in and don't like around and don't like to approach you and you just find disgusting. But those are the ones that you're garnering attention from. Those are the ones you're garnering attention from, because self-confident dudes who can get chicks and who are confident in themselves, they're not jumping in DMs with that kind of thirsty energy. So it's like you be mad at what you attracted, but it's like you know what you're doing. You like to get on social media and complain like, oh my god, you niggas are so thirsty. Oh my god, I hate you fuck niggas, this, that, and the third. But it's like, yeah, but you kind of fishing for that moving the way you move on social media.
Yeah,
so it's like it's your fault. So your complaints really fall on deaf ears when you do that to me, because like I don't take you seriously. Don't complain about the attention that you garner when you gotta have your ass out. And you can dress how you want. You're a free grown woman. Do as you please. But please don't complain about the response that you get when you move like that, because I'm automatically put into a box. It's like, oh man, it's fucked up because she was cool when I met her, or it's cool when we started talking, but she kind of a bird, and I don't want that. I can't move with that, dog, because it's like that's how you get up. You get wrapped up into attention that you seek from people you don't even know based on the internet, dog. Like really?
Right.
Nah, bro. Nah. I can't.
Okay.
Good.
Oh yeah, I'm not done.
No, I'm done.
But yeah, another thing with social media is privacy.
Okay.
People should know what the fuck we got going on.
You said should or should?
They shouldn't.
Okay.
An example of we going through a little bit arguing or you down a little bit. I see it a lot. Twitter actually more than Instagram. Every female just, if it's a little rough patch or it's a little something, it's just gotta be on social media that this ain't happening, or you not happy, or you sad. That's actually inviting the wrong niggas. If I got a girl, we get a rough patch, cause again, nothing's perfect. You gonna argue,
right?
You know, don't bring that shit to social media. Like I shouldn't have to go on your page and see you like, oh, I'm upset, or I wish my nigga did this. Like
I'm taking the breakaway sweats off, because that's my time to check in.
You understand?
As a single nigga, at that point in time.
Because
that's how you take it.
Well, the outside looking in, especially if it's a girl that you put
I know the fuck a bitch after pull on the wall. Like on some real shit. I'm never warned about. Yeah, like the George used to flip off the shit.
Bro, I used to have that shit. Oh, this shit don't strap off. Now you got.
They say stupid. Yo, that be the little moments when you can't get like unclothed when you trying to. Be the funniest. Like when you be trying to get the leggings off her shorty and he get stuck at her ankle. You be like, hold on. Y'all trying to like awkwardly laugh at all that.
You know what I mean?
But no, to speak what Mike saying, dog, I made like a lot of that shit I learned, and I realized like not to drill, but to have these conversations and talking to chicks, because chicks that I've taken seriously, I always preach to like if we with each other, we exclusive relationship, whatever. It's like, yo, what we won't do is broadcast our problems on social media. So if we having an argument, we not going on social media talking about, oh my god, this day sucks. Oh my god, I can't stand people. Oh my god, this, that. We leave our negative emotions, as far as me and my girl, we leave our negative emotions off social media, because that's inviting to the wrong kind of people.
We showcasing the wrong kind of information to people, and that's why me personally, I've never really given, like, in one of them things I kind of explained. You say that up front.
Yeah,
like, I speak to that earlier.
We always happy. Everybody else on social media, I don't care what we going through. We always happy.
That's what everybody showcases. So why at any moment should be different? When you single, you available, like you're on there. It's a lot of shit. We all going through fucked up times and fucked up moments in life. You very, very rarely, if you go to somebody's page, it's random. Just pick a random motherfucker that you follow. They're not going to showcase that energy. The reason why is they don't want you to believe that. So when we're a couple now, we're an entity together. Why would that why then would that change? It shouldn't change at all. It should continue to be the exact same way, if not even more, because like you said, it invites the wrong thing. The fuck niggas out there that's just waiting for a moment to bite on something, they smell blood in the water. So as a woman, in those kind of moments, I feel like, not even as a woman, just on both of y'all mutually should have to understand, like, let's not do things and showcase information to the wide range of public that could take this as, oh shit, that motherfucker dropping the ball. Because I can assure you, I say this all the time, ladies, don't take this the wrong way though. Don't take this as every nigga that's available wants you because you're unavailable. What I'm saying is, it's a lot of fuck niggas that just want to fuck you to a degree because you in something. It's more of a challenge.
They like the convenience that there's trouble in the water, because it's like they know that you're a headache, but you're still tied to this dude. So it's like, yeah, I could fuck around with this chick, but I don't want her because she's a headache. And no thanks. I ain't gonna go to this, but it's just like, I just want to say this right here. A lot of chicks view their options very poorly. A lot of chicks say like, I have options, when they think that means they have potential suitors for long-term relationships. No, you don't. You just have a lot of guys that want to fuck you. A chick will tell
that might be a tenth of what you really actually have.
A tenth, and that's bro. So it's like a chick will look at her, a chick will tell you via argument, or a chick that you may just meet or start to get to know, it's like, well, I don't need this to work out, I have options. Not saying she's gonna be that blatant, but she'll look at it like, well, if this don't work out mentally, I have options. When it's like, you're a good dude, you try to make shit work with your relationship and get to know shorty, it's like, nah, you don't really have options like that, because you're a headache, you're a handful, you're a problem, you're selfish, you're spoiled. And a lot of dudes that know you and have seen you and have watched you on social media see that, and they just know that you're attractive and they want to slide you.
They want to strike.
That's all they want to do.
So
it's like,
when you try to throw that shit to my face, like you said, in a lot of moments nobody's actually verbally going out of their way to be like, don't really matter if you fall off the cliff because I got a bunch of other motherfuckers up here standing with me. No, you're not saying that, but you're in your head that if you walking around with that mantra, it then allows you to relax and not put in potentially the effort that you may need to see that situation through. Because then you think, oh, I still got this pool of availability. You go to that pool, it's the same fuckboy energy that you constantly see that you don't like. That's not an actual option.
No.
That's, if anything, it's a distraction of what you actually want.
That's not a potential suitors and ladies. If you really look at yourself and your situation, you don't have as many quality potential suitors as you think. Just because you got somebody jumping in your DMs at 2 in the morning or 3 in the afternoon that's trying to give you conversation, more times than not, they just trying to fuck you. Very rarely is like you're just able to find your golden shining white knight that just wants to take you out the game and be married, have kids, and settle down, white picket fence and all that. That don't come by often, so stop misconstruing that with the attention that you get from guys because it's not genuine and it's not real, but you put chicks who do this mental gymnastics. They perform these mental gymnastics like, oh, well, I have a lot of attention for guys. That means they all want to date me and be my husband. No, bitch, they all just want to fuck.
I think they know that, but it's harder to admit that to yourself when it's not the case. You know what I'm saying?
Do y'all think, where y'all stand on with social media as far as sharing passwords? And
I wouldn't help.
Sharing, like the girl come to you like, yeah, to fuck with me, you gonna have to give me your Twitter password, your Instagram
phone and
password. All that.
Me personally, I look at that scenario as like, if we taking it that far, we probably don't really have much of any business being together.
No
because where the trust at? Like, I should have a mutual line of trust for you. Now I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm gonna be real. I don't know if y'all niggas ever had. But if I had the moment when my girl woman was free, like her phone was free, and I was sitting there, I grabbed it. These are my young niggas. Let me look at this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some real nigga shit.
In the messenger.
But right, what's going on here? It's a little quick check-in.
I ain't never did that.
I
think it's because it's more of you. You go looking for something, you gonna find something.
And a lot of times you might. But I feel like, because I'm a curious cat, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I had my moments where I would back then, like now I don't really give as much of a fuck. That's why when you brought up the point of a password, because that's getting back right to the threshold shit. It's like, I don't care enough that we should even be doing that because to begin with, if I'm taking you seriously, the password shit shouldn't even be a thing of concern for me. I don't even want it.
Again, we're talking about in a relationship.
Yeah.
So if I'm with you, you shouldn't be doing dirt anyway. Mm-hmm. Right. Like, it's no, like, if you like,
you would hope so.
Exactly, you hope so. And I'm back around, hey there, I used to be a little side.
Damn.
But
there was a lot going on in 10.
Damn, black man.
Black men don't cheat though.
At all. Even though we just admitted to something.
You know, Mike admitted to cheating, nigga.
No. I said thing on the side.
Yeah,
I ain't cheating. You maybe it's a difference. But I really going through somebody's phone and stuff. I don't know. Like I said, I'm really big on if you're looking for something,
you gonna find
something. But free game. You know, y'all ever heard this? It's free game. If you do go through a girl phone, she probably deleted messages and all that. Go to the group messages with her homegirls.
Okay.
That's where the T at. It ain't
the text
message. It ain't gonna be in the text messages in the DMs. Especially if like you said, it's like your girl, she probably deleted those. The group messages. Where it's her and her little 3-4 friends. That's where
they would be getting kind of crazy.
I will say
group message, fellas. Don't go to the messages.
I will say I've never when I'm in a relationship with somebody, like I don't do the whole let me check your phone shit like that. Like I'm damn sure not giving you passwords. If you want to see my phone, you can see it. I don't got nothing to hide because I'm at this point in my life. What's the point of any of that? Like I said, I address all the kind of shit. I'm about to be 30, 28, but I look at all situations like I'm almost 30. So it's like, why am I gonna do some shit to fuck up a situation, especially when I feel like you're a good candidate to be my partner for the rest of the life? So it's like, you can see my phone if you want it, because one, I don't have anything to hide. And you know, I might ask you to look at your phone for just let me see your phone. And Mike said, like, you can go look for something that you might not want to see, but I don't really care too much, dog. Like, if I trust you, I trust you. Like, you're not having the passwords to none of my shit, but if you want to see my phone, you can see it. I'm not hiding shit.
100%.
And I feel like the reaction of just asking those questions will show you a lot. For example, and that's what anything, social media, Twitter, Instagram, the phone. If you just like, hey man, let me see your phone, and it's like, for what or why? It's like,
okay. Oh, you a little defensive.
Yeah, like what's going on? It should be
you
like,
jump on defense way too quick.
Yeah, it should be like, oh, here you go. It shouldn't be like, oh wow, would you don't look through this. Then it's like, okay.
It should be a simple process. But I think, like I said, I really always think that it means a lot more as to like how serious your partner takes the shit. Because I think a lot of times I never really came across women that I seriously dated that gave a fuck about social media, which is kind of funny that you said that. Because now I'm thinking about it, like none of the chicks that I've taken seriously in my life, they've had that poor ass ratio of like 200 followers while they like follow 900 people.
Yeah.
So that goes to show that maybe for me specifically, like subconsciously, I was able to realize that I have a preference of what I want to take serious. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's certain things, certain little tidbits about social media I like to stay away from. But now that we, speaking of Instagram, Twitter, and I don't really, none of my chicks ever really have Twitter. I be on Twitter for fuck shit anyway. 100%
like, jokes.
So I never be on serious on that motherfucker. Yeah. But how do y'all feel? And I'm gonna just generally bring it up, and then we can jump off the subtopics as we please. Mm-hmm. This OnlyFans rage that is occurring in Lifetime right now, where these women put themselves in position to showcase whatever it is they want to showcase. And like I tell you, all the time, I'm not mad at you if you try and grab a bag. Just don't do that shit on my dime. If you my chick, don't do that on my dime.
If you got an OnlyFans,
get how you live.
You gonna be the only person you gonna be with. Cause I'm not gonna be with you. Again, like he said, to the women that do it, I'm not knocking. You just won't hear. I just won't be the one.
Bro,
that's what
it's a lot of chicks now that do this shit where it's like, oh, I should be able to do what I want. I should be able to move like a hoe, and you still respect me as a shooter. Like, you're playing yourself. No. You're playing yourself. If you're an adult and you understand how shit works at this point in your life, you should not be.
What my nigga Drewski say? No, not doing that.
Not doing that. Like, at this point in your life, you should know with your actions come consequences. So you can move like a bird, you can dress like a hoe, you can do whatever you want, all that shit. But understand, your quality like shooter, and I'm saying shooter, but it's like the quality person that you're looking for, why would they want that? Why would somebody that has it together, that's not low, bum, that, is looking for a potential wife and somebody can have long term, why would I want that? Why would I invest my time into somebody who has a fucking OnlyFans? And the funny thing is, y'all trying to like do this thing where you're like, oh, you bashing women with OnlyFans? No, it's just like, you can have your OnlyFans, but just don't ever present it to me like you're respectable or to be taken serious, because you're not. You're an E-prostitute, yo. So it's like, paint it however you want, but you, yo.
I ain't never heard a nigga say that.
Is she not? I just want to know, is she not, like, what else are you, yo? You taking money, you taking donations for news, for videos. Like, I mean, at that point, what else a nigga gotta do? Like, you giving it away for the free ball? Like, I mean, not free, it's like you paying, but it's like, damn, bitch, ain't nothing sacred.
And that's the thing I never really understood. Like, again, I'm not knocking the bag, because it is some women making a lot of money.
That's like saying, oh, wife a porn star. Why the fuck are you clash?
I don't even start on that. But it's like, I never understood, like, porn, like you said, is free. So, like, fellas, I'm confused. Like, what, like, if you want to support the woman, wife her and
take care of her in that way.
Take care of her in that way.
Like, you just giving her money just to watch her in these naked, I'm guessing, and strip, and sometimes they have sex on there and stuff. So it's like, it's porn everywhere. Like,
bro,
on your phone, Twitter, Instagram, like you can see it everywhere. So why are you paying these only, like, that's what I'm confused with.
These premiums is like $20.
Bro, I don't know if y'all privy to this, but what's it called? OnlyFans be having leaks where everybody who's on there, they should be leaked to the public for free. And my homie, you you are king. Shouts out to you. He sent me the leaks of all these chicks from OnlyFans, and I was looking at all of them for the free, and it's just like, why would somebody pay for these, bro? These naked pics.
Still got that link?
Yeah, I got that link. Nigga, I saw it in group text. Like, but
see what I'm saying? I ain't even gotta pay.
Bro, why would I have to pay? Cause like, yo, the funny thing is, like, it's a little side story. One day I was at work, right, and I was watching a music video. I seen this bad bitch, so I went on Twitter to find the artist who had the music video, to then scroll through his, like, I don't know, 500 comments to look for the bitch's ad name on Instagram. Follow her on Instagram, and then I followed for like 3 months. And then when my man sent me the OnlyFans link, I was like, damn, that bitch on there. And she was in a bag full of milk and all this other shit. Like, she was top tier.
She got that attractive.
S rank, bro. Like, bad. You don't think a bitch, you don't think a woman in a bag full of milk is sexy? That don't look good aesthetically?
What?
Nigga, where's the Captain Crunch at?
I understand that.
I don't.
But she was naked. She got out the bath and all that. I'm just saying it was a nice picture, but it was on OnlyFans. I'm like, this. No. I would never pay for anything. If you pay for OnlyFans, you're a clown.
Now
you are a clown. But I was just like, at the end of the day, wow, I'm a bootleg the fuck out your OnlyFans too, shorty. You think I'm gonna pay you?
And the niggas that's taking this, like, once again, but see, that's why I said we always have to take into account, because I put myself in the shoes of them as well. The simp niggas outnumber us.
100%.
So at a point, and as a female, when you out there moving single-handedly, you ain't got no nigga connected to you. There's no actual man can join to your hip. You have all the right in the world to get it how you want. Get that back. I don't knock that. But what I'm saying is, keep the energy separate. Differentiate the categories. If you're going to do that, have respect and fully dive into that when you're single. But don't be expecting to want to give off in your single personal life the idea of, oh, I want a serious relationship. I want something committed. But I got this going on. But the nigga that I deal with has to accept this. Now you're creating all these lines of connections that aren't realistic. A nigga's not going to take you serious in that regard. Well, I don't know why in those moments they mentally wrap their head around that a nigga can.
Let me ask you this question. So it's like, let's just say you dealing with a chick for like 3 months, right? Everything going good. Everything going good. So it's like all the bells and whistles is popping, everything clicking and connecting, and then you find out, whether you find out or whether she tells you she got OnlyFans. Let's just say she comes out and tells you, because it don't make no difference either way. But she comes out and tells you she got an OnlyFans. I'm gonna just start off by saying I'm getting a fuck about it.
What's my tell the boy did?
I don't care how connected I am. I'm out.
I'm out. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
And again, it's a good question. Again, that's I have that right to do it. So I'm gonna leave. Again, I'm not gonna bash you. It's not like
I'm gonna bash you. You dirty. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna bash you though. I'm gonna bash you. On my way out, I'm gonna bash you.
Rated, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it PG. But on my way out, I have to demean you in some form of fashion to get my point across. Because you have to remember, I have to leave a lasting impression in your mental. It's like, damn, he gave it up like this. I'm gonna make it hurt a little bit to be like, I can't do this.
It's important to do that when you're on your way out. Was you ready to, Mike?
Great.
Oh, I'm just piggyback on what you were saying. It's important to do that. See, we always put it off the topic to a degree, but I like that you said that, B, because it is extremely true, especially when you know that there's something that specific female has to get in her bag and fix, like individually. She has to look in the mirror and do that. It's a lot of times, well, I can't remember specifically the story, but I was dealing with one chick that, let's say, I don't want to get too much into that bag, but
you told me about it before?
Yes, I've discussed this with you. She's the Jersey girl. The one that had the loose leaf kid running around was trying to tell me what I should or shouldn't be doing in that regard. But like she had all of these expectations out of me, and she was terrible at paying for anything. When I first met her, bro, I had to hotspot my phone because her Wi-Fi was disconnected because the nigga that she was connecting with lived upstairs, so she was connecting her shit illegally. My dumb ass in that moment should have got out of there as soon as I saw that, but I stayed. But nonetheless, she was just one of those chicks that she just thought everything should come to her while she gave all piss poor effort. And I remember I had popped and something went sour. We got into a big ass argument. I just got my shit and left, and I was like, yo, for you to find the happiness that you say you want, you need a simp nigga in your life, and I'm not that. And I love him, but I'm arguing with chicks, I love hitting them with the tube. Bro. So I'm hitting her with the tube, and she walked out.
Several times in the apartment. This ain't dirty Megan, but I was with my girl at the time at the old apartment, and this nigga, we didn't want to actually sleep, and then I think I woke up before they started arguing, but I'm listening to them argue, and then like, what she said?
Shorty said, she's like, you're such a jerk!
She was like, you're a jerk to it! And then like, this nigga was like, Toodles. I was like, yeah, this nigga getting down.
She walked out, slammed my door. I'm like, yo. But I'm saying those moments, certain things. Getting back to the Jersey joint, like I had to say that when I left, and now I think she got a kid on the way by another nigga that didn't have a kid that accepted her as.
First of all, why you take?
Go ahead, get your shit off, King.
Bro, I'm trying to say it for the topic at hand for the episode we want to
get your shit off.
I'm just saying, like, yo, shorty, understand, right? If you have a kid. Please come down off that 40-story high horse that you prance around this earth on. Like, please understand, you have no room, no rate, no weight or anything to be telling me how anything is to go in this relationship. If I tell you it's 4:30 at 9 p.m. at night, bitch, it's 4:30. You have a child, and that's not mine. You have a...
Big, you don't get this one.
Yo, you said go.
I knew he was going.
Let's bring that back to the top.
Scale it back.
So let's bring it back to the women of OnlyFans. To probably get it all around, put a basis around it. I'm leaving. That question you asked me 3 months, I'm not staying.
As you should.
But this is why I don't like. Everyone finna see you. I don't care how much money you making, cause I make money.
Bro, nigga, why your money better than me?
And like I said, I mean, what? You gonna give me some gifts? I mean, what? Valentine's
Bro,
Day?
I'm a man. I get that shit off the mud.
Like, you gonna give me some, but you really not. The money I'm gonna be spending is gonna be more money that you spend in a relationship. Most 90% of the time.
A good majority of the time.
You feel me? The woman probably gonna do a little bit, but the money you making from OnlyFans, you could be doing something else. Cause it takes time. Like,
bro, purpose it before you give him an outlet. Bro, if you bringing in 100K, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. You getting butt ass and getting fucked on camera. Even if I'm bugging on camera, I don't care. I'm not gonna show the work. No.
Would you do not your girl? Girl came to you like, I'm trying to make OnlyFans. I'm trying to use you.
My head in the video, my face?
No, you can, and that's it. Like, you set your rules if you want your face in it. Would you keep that as a side piece, like a joint? Like, I'm gonna make this OnlyFans, and I'm be naked on there, whatever. But if I'm getting fucked on there, it's gonna be by you.
See,
you get bread.
I would love to, but I feel like I personally would not be able to accept the offer because of my tattoo. So a lot of motherfuckers that could come across that would know exactly.
What if you had what do you have long sleeve?
Now you hot as hell. Like, that nigga got
what? I'm gonna have a motherfucker Under Armour shirt on and nothing else on between the brands.
What I'm saying, what if that was the case? You was able to have a long sleeve on. Let's just say nobody was able to identify your tattoos, neck down, pause. Like,
no, I know for even then, bro, because I know I might have my moment where I'm like, damn,
bro, no, just keep it in context. Keep it in context, though. Don't let it get off. Keep it in context. If nobody is to know that's you doing it?
Oh yeah, nobody should know it's me. Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's the thing, but it's like. I would if no one would know it's me, but at a point I feel like
how much money you getting?
Shit.
What's enough for you to do that first?
We need to be talking to begin with. I can't specifically say the actual number, but I know for a fact we need to be talking thousands.
We need minimum. The conversation starts at an additional like $7,500. The conversation starts there.
I agree with you. But see, the likelihood, that's the thing. I find these bitches that, well, we're not really speaking on women that we know, but it's like, I guess there are a good majority of women. So you saying in the realm of that moment, like what you just put up, that type of chick, she's that type of chick where she's going around that kind of bread though. Because a lot of these chicks that we know out here got OnlyFans, they barely making any money, bro.
Yeah, y'all be
having them just so stupid.
Y'all be getting like $46 a month, and it's like, mommy, you like destroyed your reputation and possible chance of happiness for.
That's for McDonald's trips.
Yo, like, damn, that's what you killed it for? Alright, bitch.
$40.
$40.
I could have gave you that.
For real.
Like, damn.
Y'all, and the funny thing is,
and then
a lot of chicks we know, we want to say where we live? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you get it.
No, we live in, well, me and Jordan live in Wilmington, Delaware. Mike is you Delaware resident?
Maryland.
He Maryland resident, but you Delaware. But it's like, a lot of chicks who went to school with, a lot of chicks we know, we've seen y'all on, these day apps, and we've seen y'all links to the OnlyFans.
Silly goose.
You silly bird. Like, why do you think somebody paying for that? Is somebody paying for that? Why you think somebody paying for that?
Put numbers up.
Then y'all pictures and y'all videos don't even be good.
Bro, I know how you look. That is not something to be desired. I know this.
It be moose built bitches on there.
He about to get into his builds.
How they do, bro?
Moose built bitches on there asking for money to be seen. That
No.
I'm just like, yo, why did y'all don't even be attractive like that?
No.
These bitches be built like Big Bird and Snuffleupagus. Why do you think somebody's paying for you? Like the cute bitch ain't even getting money like that. These OnlyFans streets is kind of dry right now.
They dry,
but it's just so many of them now. Like I feel like when it first started, it was kind of hot because it was like, oh, this thing, and it was like, it was the influencers. Oh. That's who started the IG influencers, the famous girls who don't really have, who really can't do anything. That's really what I'm starting to notice what this OnlyFans stuff is for. It's for the females who look good but don't have a talent. They can't get a job.
100%.
Now, what can they do? They don't have no job. They look really good though, so they know that.
Utilize that.
You know what I'm saying?
But y'all seen like the jaw? It's some celebrity chick. She used to be on like some TV shows. I think we was talking about it a couple weeks ago. Like she got into the OnlyFans game, and like she wasn't even getting butt ass or nothing like that. But she has a following.
The Bella Hadid.
Yeah.
That's her name, right?
Yeah. So she got
Bella Thorne.
She got on OnlyFans, and because so many people jumped on her shit, like motherfucker, it threw off the algorithm.
Rock the boat like a
yeah,
motherfucker.
so it's like I don't know. Don't quote me on this. I think OnlyFans chicks was getting paid like once a week or something like that. Or they could cash out.
They were initially, yeah.
Now they get paid once or twice a month. And I was like, that humbled a lot of you bitches, cause honestly, you sound bad.
You knew it was hurting, right? You knew it was hurting because then you seen a bunch of backlash on all the social media apps, and it's like, well, if it wasn't that much of a like breadwinner for you, it probably wouldn't matter as much. But we go to show you reacting like this, and then Joan Bella Thorne came out and said she was all about what was the reason? She said the reason why she did it is like she was all about. People pressing their sexuality and showcasing it for the way that they want to. You know how bitch love to get in that bag. Yeah. So she was getting in that bag and was like, you know, as a celebrity, I'm using my platform on here to show this even more, to bring in more attention. But it froze up the accounts for some of these hoes, so they're out on the street struggling with it. But it's like
only eat twice a month, and I think that's so beautiful because, like, if that's your sole proprietor getting money, I think it's magnificent that you got a way to feed yourself like that. Like, I like the fact that it's you somewhere in this apartment with a couple pieces of furniture, with a loose stomach and a baby crawling on the floor. Like, y'all sorry, it's just like, yo, when shit like that happen to birds, I be rejoicing in it, and it's like, I'm a godless heathen, but it's like, in moments like that, I'm like, yo, it is a God somewhere, because these bitches is starving, like.
That brother starving.
That should be warming my heart that these nothing. This should be warming my heart because these nothing bitches on OnlyFans talking about they deserve the world. And I'm not talking about, you know, regular women that's out here going to job, doing their thing, going to school, living regular cool chill lives. I'm talking about you living off OnlyFans. Now your money done slowed up, and that shit is funny.
But that's once again, bro. Like that's why I always say it's about in them type of situations. I can only speak to how I feel as a man. So if we pressing the idea of this shit and how I play into OnlyFans as a relationship standpoint, it's not happening. But to continue speaking on this social, social apps and all of that stuff, we're gonna get to the very, very favorite juicy part I love about social apps. These social dating apps. I fucking love it. Man, look, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a faithful. I pay for my Hinge. I pay for my Tinder. So it means a lot to me. I utilize it quite often.
I paid for his before. I paid for that shit before. That shit chill. Like,
I might have been a real good one by just moving my locator off. Don't roll your eyes. See,
yo, this still doing that, bro. For 2 weeks of talking to her, bro.
Man, look, I know it's something genuine, nigga. Don't be getting upset with me because I know it's something genuine, nigga.
Nah, bro.
Love at first here, nigga. Fuck love at first sight, nigga.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, but then it's gonna
know who you are.
Then it's gonna be like, yo, B, she moving like this, so I don't even know if I want to know more. I ain't even gonna keep paying for these trips and all that. All right, nigga.
Watch me. I'm gonna show you this time around. I don't feel like that's gonna happen. I'm just confidently saying that. But go ahead, Mike. What you ready to get into, nigga?
I'm a inconsistent dating app girl. I might go, you feel me? I might have them on there for a week. Then I'll be just like, I'll be kind of like, cause data apps. One thing I learned, data apps sometimes humble the fuck out you.
Why you say that?
Cause it's just like, you ever go a day where you doing the swipes and you ain't just getting no matches? I be mad as hell, bro.
I don't feel like that's humble you, though.
Them days happen sometimes.
Those days.
You ain't always gonna picture no hit, my nigga.
Nah, bro. I need to get 40 every game, bro.
Honestly, bro, sometimes like you
just all night sometimes,
nigga. My jumper too good. You see the form? So if I be swiping.
I judge it based off if I match with a bitch and we start talking, then it fall flat.
This is how my experience go. I be swiping. Man, I get doing 4 or 5 swipes. And I ain't got nothing. That's
bro, but a lot of times, I'm gonna be real with you. It don't take that too personal because a lot of times that shit is the algorithm, nigga. Like, I don't utilize Tinder as much because I understood. I learned over time, like, Hinge is 10 times, probably, it literally is the best dating app I've ever used.
It is.
And I catch break on that motherfucker all the time. So it's certain, and Tinder, for that exact reason of what you just said, I stopped utilizing Tinder because it was like, I had days where hot days, like 10 plus a day. I'm matching with them back. And then you have a dry spell with like a day or 2 or 3, you don't even go with no matches. So it takes you away from the idea you just utilizing that day and that. But that's, bro, honestly, because I be having older motherfuckers in my family ask me about, like, well, why do you feel so confident? Like, when I be flying out of town, like,
bitch gonna kill me, the fuck?
100%.
But let's go through the minute.
But when I be flying out of town, I tell
we going on a date, what you gonna do? Throw acid in my face? The fuck out of here, like.
I be telling my mom, like, I'm about to go here. I met such and such on this app, and she's like, oh my God, Joe, you gonna lay with a stranger?
100%.
100%. Question though, keeping on the dating apps, do you guys swipe or whatever it is if you know the person or like
Yeah,
the person you
yes. Because I want to see if you match with me. Because I want to see. Oh, you been feeling in the car.
That's how I
saying nothing all these years, bitch.
I see somebody I know. I'm like, let me see if they enjoy what. That is something.
Yes, nigga, if I know you, even if I know you a bird looking bitch, like let's just say I know you ugly, I'ma still swipe right, like, oh, this little elephant had feelings for a nigga. No,
that shit is kind of dope. That is like the best part of doing that shit. Honestly.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So another thing to kind of get another question going with these dating apps, how do you start your conversations?
Hey, Blank, how are you?
Like how I mean, not like the first thing you say, but like you said last episode, one of the questions you asked. What are some things you ask? What are some things that they say to you that you kind of like, all right, I'm not responding back to her, or like how?
What Shorty say off Kill Bill? Oh, my name Buck.
What you say, nigga? I don't even know what you're talking about. I ain't really watch Kill Bill.
I don't say this, but I just thought it was funny when boy was like, my name is Buck, and I'm like, fuck. I don't say that.
I would love to be that direct,
mad creepy vibes.
I would love to be that direct. I ain't gonna hold you. But
sometimes it be worse.
Sometimes
what's some conversation starters for y'all, and then with some conversation starters, and then what's some things that females can do in the conversation that'll make you be like, I'm off that.
Yo, it's a and this yo, I'm gonna put you on. What? It's a joint that I seen like maybe like 4 months ago on like Twitter or something like that. It's like 100 intros you can say to a bro to keep the conversation going. And I don't use that shit, but I've used that shit. I passed on this nigga. And bro, it be good conversation pieces. I'll be giving them to bros like, yeah, that's really me. Hey, insert your name. What's this, that, and the third? Yo, if you ever,
because
dreams you be having, like,
right. See, the thing is, I'm all about to answer the question in which you said, Mike. Like, I'm all about asking those kind of questions that throw you for a loop. Now, granted, I'm not gonna hold you. Depending on the scenario, I might utilize what be said where you just getting off. Like, if it's a Friday,
all the time.
Nah, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about when you was like, hey, such and such, how are you? If it's a Friday, I like to ask like, oh, what you got planned for the weekend? A lot of times I ask that as an opener because then I want to be able to see if she's like, I'm just chilling for the weekend. I look at it like, okay, well, if we continue talking and it goes well, the conversation continues going, then I might be able to take her out on Sunday, or we might hang out, you know what I'm saying? Right. So that way I try to open up the door. But if it's not that, then personally I'm asking you questions that I feel as though are going to give me a good idea of who you are as a person. And you should be able to answer that easily. If you can't, it's a turn off to me.
You already know. You be giving it a foul too. Because it's like, yo, I got 2 dogs, right? One a puppy and one full grown. Both of them.
Yo, don't be giving up the sauce.
Shut up, nigga.
Bro, don't give up the sauce.
I'm not giving up my sauce. I'm giving up my sauce.
Okay, cool.
I'm not you on dirty man. But
we gonna get into that shit because this nigga got some skewed views as to what Dirty Mac is. Continue, my brother.
Game though.
Continue, my brother.
Nah, like
stop fucking Dirty Mac.
Stop Dirty Mac.
Hating ass niggas.
Oh yeah, real Dirty Mac. You know
you are. You hating ass.
I'm about to say, ain't me.
It's not him, but he did it on a little bit.
Go ahead.
But nah, like I got 2 dogs, and it's like I put them on my dating apps, and it'd be mad easy. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, cause bitches always be jumping in the oh my god, you got a puppy, oh my god, yeah, I got a dog. Like, go ahead, show her, show her all the burden of the hard work. But it's like I've never, and I just be so amused by this. I've never seen a girl with a dog like, oh my god, I need that. But yo, chicks be so enamored with the fact that you have a dog. They'll be like, oh my god, puppies, how many do you have?
How often does he come over for them?
Yo, I'll come over just for that. Yeah. But it's like, yo, it's just so funny to see because chicks really be enamored with the fact that you just have dogs. And it's like, they act like you got a Rolls Royce dog. Like, I'm not even doing anything. You're just looking at the dogs that I have.
Look at them as your kids.
Oh my God.
It's an everyday thing for me.
Alright, bro. Like, yo, I wonder if like people with kids look at it like that, but then again, they can't because don't nobody.
Bro,
so nobody wants the bitch.
Get back to what you were saying.
You still love black queens, probably.
Respectable ones.
So as you were saying, like, can you ask us that question? Is there anything like, is there certain things your go-tos that you like to get off in the beginning, and like what type of shit turns you off with shit?
So, I'll be having my few. Like you said, it really depends on like because for me personally, I use these apps for certain reasons. It might be a weekend where I'm like, man, I'm trying to find something right quick. So the matches that I get, that conversation is like,
plays a part.
I'm trying for
the mentality with the chick.
But if it's just a day where I'm just scrolling and I get a few matches, then it's like you said, you might throw something out to actually a conversation starter that'll let me know, okay, if I'm actually, like you said, looking to go out on a date or whatever it is, how does your conversation just start just from the beginning? Like how are you, if I ask a question, I can ask you something like what do you do? Like what are you working?
That's
great conversation. If that is like boring, or like you say, I even hate when I'm asking like plans and stuff, and it's just like, oh, I'm just chilling. Like
yeah, like you the dry responses and like shit that you. That's why I say I like to bring in those conversation starters. Like I said, one of my favorite go-tos because it tells me a lot about the chick. Is always which trait do you think men find the most desirable about yourself? Like it's certain things that I fish for in your response that tells me how this conversation may go. If you give me not necessarily a long-winded response, but if you give me a very descriptive response, you show engaging into the conversation. You do things that type of shit turns me on more than just seeing a bitch naked for real. Because I'll be real with you, bro. I'm dead ass because like it's a lack of that. What you mean? It's nigga that's there. You see that? How suddenly do you see that?
You lying, bro? That's what.
If I just see a random bitch butt ass nigga, but I've been talking to this one chick and she gives good responses, complete effort in all the conversations we had, you don't think I can naturally be more turned on by her?
I'll be more interested. So
you more turned on a nigga?
Yo, dick gonna be hard.
Be the worst of the worst. You wild. He different. Me personally, cause bro, everything that shit is cool. No, I ain't killing you for that, but in the same sense, nigga.
You're just saying like in a primal way. I'm just putting it in a primal way, like bitch. Bro. That's best. Okay. Bitch is butt ass nigga right there, it's ready to go. Bitch was super good conversation. Now, the prime way you talking about my dick being hard ready to go. Yes, I'm gonna fuck that bitch. Yes, she had more potential, and obviously gonna get to know her in a long term manner because she seems to be.
No, you can only pick one. Fuck all that shit. And now you like, I can play both sides of the fence.
No, I'm not jumping. What you saying, like forever?
Yes.
Oh, well, of course the bitch was a good
conversation. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying.
But you said it like, yo, I'm really like in and out of my dick, get hard off that, like.
I mean, I really would. Even if it's in a moment thing, I'm not gonna give much of a fuck about that bitch. Bro, this plays into what you were saying earlier. Nigga about to turn 30. I was like, if I got something good going on, I'm more so focused on that. What did I just tell you? What I just talked to you about before the episode started? And it's fair for you to give me that look, like you kind of wildin', but
I don't think you wildin'.
Right? Not that you said that, but what I'm saying is like because of the scenario, it would be expected.
Do we not entertain airheads still?
No, I entertain airheads all day.
Okay, question for y'all.
Yeah, I definitely entertain airheads.
So my next question for y'all: when you go on these dating apps, are you going on to find a quick smash, or are you actually trying to find a job?
Yo, like I said last week, man, like it's like when I go on a date, bro. I don't have no preconceived notions about this. I'll go in with the intent to fuck every bitch I'm going on a date with because you're attractive enough to I want to go on a date with you. Right. So it's like I'll let that situation blossom into what it's going to be. So whether like we can get to talking and knowing each other, and if you seem to be a good catch because based on what you say out of your mouth and you let me know, like you was just saying, like she's a good catch, she does this, she responds, she's cool.
Right.
I'll make that determination as the time goes on.
Right.
But and I'm on these day apps. All these bitches is slides until proven otherwise. You have to show yourself.
Always see.
That's not a knock to you ladies. We can be perceived the same way. We can all bitches be walking dicks right to you. So it's like until you actually go on a date with us, realize we might be a good genuine person because you got to weed out the fuck boys from the real ones that you might like. So it's like I'm not going into these situations like, oh my god, I found my wife, because it's like you gonna make a mistake going off that. Think you about to find your wife or your husband based off a look.
Don't ever throw that expectation on there. So that's I can answer that question the exact same way he just answered it. Right? Like it's just like. For me, it extremely varies. To be honest with you, and that's why I say, ladies, all the time, understand, I know this might be hard to take or how to perceive it as for a female, I can understand the struggle, but it's just like, I seen it somewhere, I forgot what, so I think it was on Twitter. 9 times out of 10, if not 99% of the time, a man knows exactly what he wants to do with you the moment that he meets you. And it's like, all right, I see what I like what I see physically. Mm-hmm. So, if the conversation goes really well, she can showcase something, like she can showcase effort and like being actually active and getting to know me, this could be something. But then you talk to a chick for one day, she just as attractive, but the conversation is contrast. So she put herself in a position to not really get your attention in that way, so then it becomes a thing where it's like, well, I entertain her for a while, but that's about it. I have sex with her, but that's about it. Yeah. I don't think sometimes women understand. That's why I always speak so much on the first impression.
Don't ask me what my intent with you is. I don't know yet.
It's a gradual thing. We have to figure that out.
I'm glad y'all bring it up. The intentions are like, what are you looking for? I hate being asked that. I actually just like. A female actually got mad at me because she asked me that, and I'm like, honestly, I'm not looking for anything. I'm kind of cool.
I'm sourcing you out until I feel like
let's get a feel for where this could go.
So, Forget
so worried about
that. And again, like you say, I don't know my intentions with you because we haven't met yet.
We have to have consistent conversations. We have to have a couple meetups. We have to have deep talks so I can gauge what kind of person or what kind of woman you are. What if you have the qualities in a wife and mother that I would like for my future partner for the rest of my life. I can see if you have those qualities before I can jump to you like, what are your intentions with me? So like, you're just gonna play it. So matter of fact, I'm gonna just lie to you. Cause like if I say, I don't know yet, you're just gonna fuck the whole vibe up, you're gonna make the date weird. I'm gonna tell you, ladies, don't ask me that.
Top, brother.
Bro, I'm not about to play myself out of some pussy. Like, we're gonna be on the first date, we can keep drinks for and all that. You be like, well, what are you looking for? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking to settle down, this and the third, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking for something long term, but
the reason for my mind.
No, I can't give away game because y'all gonna start seeing through the Tsukiyomi. I'm not about to do that. But what I will say is, like, I like to go in with an open mind.
Open mind. I say that all the time.
Bro, we on a date, we getting to know each other. Do I know what I want with you after the first date? I can't even say necessarily yes, because like I know I want to fuck. That's what I do know. Now, whether I want to get to know you long term, that's predetermined. I mean, that's not predetermined. That remains to be seen. I have to go on a couple more dates with you and really get to know you for a long period of time to know if I want to like have you as a main staple in my life. Don't play yourself.
Do you guys? Does it depend on the conversation, or when is the transition from this dating app to let me get your number?
Well, it depends on how the conversation goes, because I can ask that in like the first day or a couple weeks, just depending on how I feel.
It's funny that you brought the timing up at the end of that, because I feel like a lot of times I prioritize timing with that more so than the conversation. The conversation can go on really well, but I may not, say I match it on Monday, conversation been going good Monday and Tuesday, I'll give it till Thursday to actually number. Like it's certain, because bitches, the thing is, they prioritize that as well too. I mean, how many times have you been told when you try to get the number, well, can we keep talking on here?
Oh yeah, that does that.
Right, 100%. But so I do that to spell that opportunity.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't understand why chicks play this game where it's like, all right, we're on a date night, maybe 2 or 3 days. Yo, I normally ask for the IG. I ask for the IG and we get the DMing. But if I ask for the number after 3 days, like, I'm like, oh, I just want to get to know you better. See, that's when my face gets stale. I'm just like, the fuck you think you gonna learn about me?
It gets back to what Mike said on the first episode. It's like, what can you learn different about me compared to today to tomorrow?
You don't know me, shorty. And like, let's just like, obviously I'm joking, but like, I could be a serial killer because like, chicks always play this game where it's like, I don't know about me, but you could be a serial killer. Let me get it off. You could be a serial killer. Yeah, bitch, I could be. Like, what the fuck what are you gonna do if I was a serial killer? Shorty, you would just be dead if we met up. Like, stop saying that shit.
I literally had.
You would be a lampshade in my apartment.
Bro.
Like, what are you talking about?
I literally had chicks downstairs at the first floor, waiting to get on the elevator to come up to the 4th floor, being like, "Oh my god, I hope you're not a killer." Well, if I am, you about to be a bloody motherfucker.
Yo, it's like
you here now?
Bro, it's a chick. I dated a chick before, and she would always tell her friends like, "I don't know, you might be a serial killer." Like, not always tell her friends, but she would like before we met up, because we talked for a while before we actually met. She's like, "You could be a serial killer." It's like, okay, bitch, you coming over here. Like, you coming to my neck of the woods. So it's like,
I will say, I ain't gonna judge you for dropping a pinpoint, because I be dropping a pinpoint with my niggas.
Always make sure you're safe and you let your girls know where you at. In all seriousness, let your friends know where you at when you go on these dates, especially if you're going out of state, out of your city. Even if you're going on a block, let them know where you at. Let them know the guy's picture, where all that type of shit that you know and information you're privy to. But back to what I'm saying, it's like, yo, that I just said it because I always found it like a corny joke, like, haha, you might be a serial killer. Alright, bitch. Alright.
Bro, you gonna constantly get that. It's bullshit. I hate that. But like you were saying, with me and the timing, I think, like I said, it's just more important to me for timing. I want to know, like, all right, I feel more comfortable. We've been talking before more than half the week. Now I can feel comfortable to ask a number. And 9 times out of 10, when I take that approach, it's easier for me to get it from rip. And like, I know for a fact, like with the gram shit, I'll use that, because, fellas, this is another, I'm going to give you another trick too, though. Actually, I'm going to ask y'all a question as well. What do you do when it's like a chick that you're really interested in, that you match with? But you know, a lot of times when you find a baddie, understand, lower expectation that you match with a real bad chick on there, because there's a good chance she's not going to respond to your shit, because she probably don't see it. I mean, she probably get 90 messages per one. So like, when you send that first one off but she don't respond, do you ever follow up again, or you leave it?
If she's super bad, honestly, bro, like, you put me onto that shit, like, basically, and you could message this chick, right? Now, I did this before you told me about it. I did this part, like, say I catch a bad bitch on there and we match or whatever, and I say, hey, what's up? And maybe 3 weeks, a month, however long go by, I may drop the not interested question mark. I might drop that off. But what this nigga told me was like, yo, he told me like he be doing this where chicks be like, yo, I see we both not really on here like that. Would you rather like text or some shit like that?
I'm definitely interested.
I'm definitely interested in getting to know you. And so it's like, I utilize
I
that.
got numbers off of that.
The day you sent me that joint, I did that, and I hit the 40 piece in that bitch.
Like you said at that point, you was like, damn, I probably got like 50 Jones and that's just sitting there. Get that shit off, nigga! Tell me them numbers when you get them back too, nigga.
Yo, real nigga shit, that shit work, fellas. Try it out. Ladies too, it might work.
Yeah, for real. If you like, if it's a nigga that match with that you really like, you thought he was fine, yo, do that. Follow up. It's okay.
But if it's like that, if it's reversed and ladies, the nigga ain't respond, like you probably out of his league, like physically, so probably don't really try that. Cause like most dudes is not turning. No, most.
They're not.
No. Most dudes.
Cause why you gonna word it? You gonna be like these bad
Yo, stop cushioning it for him, dog.
Bro, let me cushion it.
I'm gonna clean it right.
He's saying he gonna clean it up anyway. But he's saying most of the time, guys on dating apps,
we accept
just not turning down, not just like you match with something and you like, oh, I ain't really interested, I ain't really gonna speak. That's kind of a female thing.
Right.
Like, oh, I match with him, I'm really good off that. Dude's not really coming with that energy.
If he's not responding, you probably look like.
Snorlax?
You could look like that. Could just mean you super fat, but you could also be like you. I'm not. You could probably just not be very attractive in the face region. Like you could either be fat or ugly or just not his. But most dudes is not just turning down the hey what's up from the bro.
And be real with you, bro. A lot of them matches that chicks got that they like of a nigga that's just sitting there. Nobody ever shot off a first shot because you know chicks like, well I ain't gonna say nothing first, so you say me something.
Yeah,
like,
I hate
oh
that.
my god, get out.
I was about to say,
what
does
the fuck?
Is that like a ooh? When the girl comes with the energy like yo, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my god, I love that. As long as you can stay consistent with that, oh my god.
But yeah, that's like, yo, what a lot of women don't understand, yo, is like if you say the hey what's up first, you know it's up to us to fucking carry the conversation anyway.
Yes.
But if you say hey what's up or start with an open question, you know how like captivating that is? That's like, you put yourself so far above whoever else I'm talking to on that shit, because most chicks don't do that. And when you see it, it's refreshing to see. So it's like, oh,
separate yourself.
Yo, it's not that hard because y'all give the most bare minimal effort as far as like dance or texting or whatever. You don't have to do that much to separate yourself. So all you have to do is go out your way to initiate a conversation.
Showcase the difference between you and other chicks. It's like when a receiver is trying to lose the nigga that's guarding him. What's the one thing that coaches always tell the receiver, bro? It's all about separation. Separation. You can get the ball. It's simple, and once you got it, you might have something on your hands.
But no, they're too busy just looking at that message bar waiting for them 3 bubbles to pop up.
Yes,
I'm like, yo, what do you know? You can initiate the conversation, right? You don't just have to be wondering like in forever. I'm like, damn, I wish this nigga hit me up. Like, you can press in too. Press in this time. Like Coach Hearns be saying, don't press in this time, bitch. You might find your husband. You don't know. But
this is WNBA. Ladies can shoot too.
Don't nobody watch that shit.
Whoa.
You don't watch it, nigga. Stop. You watch it? You watch it? Do you watch it? All right, stop. Wait for time. I still kind of nigga Mike's gonna
listen.
Oh my god.
Listen. I do not watch it like a whole game. Like I'll watch the finals, but you can't just say like I know they can hoop though. Can we establish that?
Yeah, they can hoop. That's not good.
Bro, what do that mean? It's their job to do.
But you gotta think like this. Why? Because I'm a trainer. So if you trying to get your bag right,
hit my nigga.
Hit him up.
I'm a trainer. But so I've trained some females on the court, like training, and they be good, bro. Like I'm a basketball advocate.
I want to know what this is leading to.
Like if you watch a basketball game, a girls basketball game, it surprise you, bro. It's just no athleticism. It don't be like they be trash. How you just got to
yo.
They actually
I'll say this, like
watch a game.
Okay, no. I'll watch a game if everybody looks like Skylar Diggins and Tia Cooper. If everybody looks like Skylar Diggins and Tia Cooper on the WNBA floor, I will watch.
You're not watching it for the looks though. You watching it because they playing ball.
If I want to watch it for playing ball, I'll watch NBA or I'll watch college. Or I'll go watch a pickup game.
Like my nigga Drew said, can't no man guard me. Only Skylar Diggins 1-on-1. That's all. That's the only motherfucker I can go with. Drew, a rapper. But bro, like I mean, it's one of them things. Obviously, you're correct, B. We don't watch it. Is there supreme talent over there? I'm sure they're around there is.
Bro, but if I want to watch basketball,
I'm watching NBA.
I'll watch the NBA. And so will you basketball.
I will, but
Oh my god.
do I watch the WNBA?
No, you
have
don't.
I watched
What was
the
the
game?
topic,
I have watched the game.
Hi.
What was the topic?
I didn't even pickle before. I don't like that shit either. Like, the fuck? Like,
But I forgot what the topic was.
Hey, you.
don't do that. I'm talking about a burger, nigga. Like,
He said, I ate a pickle before. He said, I slurped up a pickle.
I said, yo, that shit is funny, bro.
You bit it like a blizzard?
It was on a burger, and I said no pickles, and they gave me the pickle. You niggas is doing the most. Yo,
Stop. But nah, nigga, what the fuck was the topic? Y'all niggas going off with motherfucking
Nigga, why
tangent.
was basketball even brought up?
I don't know. I don't know. Bro, we was talking about shooting. Women.
Oh, yeah. Women shooting they shot. But once again, a lot of look, I know it's a lot of motherfucking message threads in there, ladies, that y'all have that y'all actually like, but it's catching like, you know, cobwebs right now.
Tia Cooper called
Use my tactic, use B tactic, you know what I mean? It works. I'm just
Huh?
That Cooper Joe?
Tia Cooper don't date Dwight Howard.
That's his fiance.
No.
Word.
No cap.
Yo, are you serious?
Yeah. Like, that's a fact. Like,
Is she trash though?
I don't care.
well, I don't know.
Nah, the funny thing was when they put that because I knew of her because that little tweet blew up of her like her ass and shit, and like all the chicks was like, see, why can't I'm sure she's like a talented athlete. Why y'all just not watch her because of her skill? And the nigga quoted like she averaged like 2 points. Like shut up! You don't know what you're talking about. It's like,
Now,
let me go. Ladies, y'all don't even hold on. Ladies, y'all don't even watch the WNBA. You know the number one supported fan base of the WNBA is men. I just want to
Of course, we watch basketball.
Right, so like, what are we talking about? All right.
You know what they doing. That's falling on deaf ears. They just use that as a moment to get some.
I just want to put that out there.
Right.
I just want to put that out there.
But yeah, back to what I was saying. What the fuck was I about to? Oh yeah. So with the responses, my whole thing, like I said, with dating apps, bro, this is the last thing we're gonna speak on with the dating app thing, so we can switch this up. Yeah, all right. But and this actually walks right into it, so it's perfect. What would you say to the chicks that you interested in? She might really caught your eye, something that you like, but
102 to 112 with 3 minutes left.
y'all up? We gonna see y'all in the dance, nigga?
But we gonna bust that ass stuff, nigga.
Lakers
My
and
heat
five.
up, my heat
Lakers
up.
and
We
5.
up.
But excuse me. Get back to the 10 now, okay? What do you do with the chick that you actually like that is terrible at conversation? Like you like from a physical standpoint, but she cannot hold it down. Because a lot of niggas try to push through that shit. What y'all do?
So, I'll say it like this. If you doing that and I really like you, I'ma let you know, like, alright, this is something that I do not find attractive. I do not like that.
You gonna try to resuscitate
I'm
it a little
trying,
bit,
you feel
breathe
me?
CPR a little bit.
Now, you still come with that energy, you gonna lose me.
It's gonna fall off, bro. I've done that before. I've been in a situation where it's like, y'all really like our conversation when it's active. It's cool. I find you attractive. You seem like a good girl. But this like bullshit conversation you giving is kind of trash. And if I have to keep reminding you of that, like I'm gonna just fall off. It's like I'm gonna let you know. It's like, yo, I like what's up with the conversation. Am I not interested? Like, what's going on?
And if that's the case, just tell me. Again, ladies, I understand that it's a lot of niggas that cannot handle rejection. So sometimes
You're
they
trash
do it like
if you can't handle
that.
rejection.
So they fuck shit up for again. We always been talking about this. It's these niggas out here that mess the game up.
And please understand that's us being fair because that's Mike basically taking accountability for some shit in which he should not have to because he's a man he's subjected to.
It's niggas
I shouldn't
that
have
do
to
that.
shoulder the burden of the fuck shit you went through.
So
But I have to.
just, I'm trying to say it because they're gonna be like, well, some niggas can, they be going crazy. Just let me know you're not interested.
Right.
I do not mind saying, okay, that's fine. Have a good day.
I'm gonna move on.
But just running around and trying to send a nigga loops and hoops because you don't know if you're interested, you're just gonna be
But Mike,
inconsistent. Is wasting my time.
There's a reason for that, bro. And what I've learned is like
Talk your shit.
a lot of chicks, they'll have a suitor like you might really mesh with homegirl and she might really like you, but it gets to the point it's like she might not as like she might be entertaining something or talking to something, and it's like I like him, but I'm dealing with something real life right in my face right now. Let me keep him on the back burner and not give him too much conversation because I have to keep him at arm's length because I don't want to wear out our conversation and like things progress too fast to where it's like, damn, I'm feeling this nigga super like a lot right now. So she kind of has to like maneuver through both situations. So it's like I'm gonna keep you at arm's length and really not say too much to you until my current situation dies or excels. If it excels, I'll never talk to you again. Or if it dies, which more times than not will, I'll try to hit him up then, but it's like at that point, bitch, like don't try to hit me up like I'm leftover.
Bro, when that occurs more times than not, it's some other nigga on her end that she waiting to get right that will never get right for her. And that's the reason why she's taking up your time in that way, not being honest with her intentions, giving you cold shoulder and then being a hot one moment, back to the cold shoulder. Like that type of shit. I can't stand, like when a chick can't hold a conversation, like I tell people all the time, when I get into those bags, like my response when I give out that like what trait of yours is the best, the opposite sex finds the best, my response is my prioritization of communication. I'm extremely big, like how that rhymes. I'm extremely big on communication. Right? Yeah, something like that. I'm really big on communication. So it's like if you upfront showcasing me by conversation within the DM that you can't hold your merit on that, this is more than likely going nowhere, and I prefer to not waste your time. But I feel like at times I might want to express that to the person, like, hey, you seem like a really cool chick, but you really give shitty conversation, like I'm not interested. Like, there's really no nice way to put it, because she like, oh, this nigga slighting me, it's not gonna work well. Now I'm letting you know you got some qualities with you that can work well, but you can't communicate.
You act like I'm giving you breaking news. What? You see the responses that you give. You see the, oh, hey,
one word, two words.
Nice. Talk to you later. All right. Hey, we. Like, you see, don't act like
nobody on this earth is pretty enough to fucking do that! Like, I'm sorry!
Yo,
Jesus!
Yo, talk your shit. Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand why chicks do that, and like, you're acting like you're surprised and we're called guard.
So you're boring.
You're letting.
Chicks aren't funny.
I'm trying to hold you. No, it is.
You said that.
I just connected it real quick. The reason they do that is because it eludes me sometimes. No, it's accountability, and women don't really mix.
They're boring.
I keep forgetting that.
That too. It's a good.
It's like, I'm trying to let you know, it's like, yo, what's wrong with the conversation? No, the conversation is wrong with you, nigga. All right.
You said that last episode that they aren't funny, and I tried to fight, but you said in the group, it's like you might be right.
He was on to something. I've had plenty of moments with him where he said some shit, and I think it sounded outrageous.
And I was thinking about this. Think of it like you as a kid. Like when, as a kid, have you ever been like, I can't wait to go play with my mom? Never. You never. I've never been like, I can't wait till mommy come home and play.
Yeah, like shit. Like your mom is trying to have you play by yourself so she can get shit done.
Y'all aren't funny.
Bro, like, I don't want to say not funny. It's just like women.
Funny.
They're not funny. I don't find women stand-up comedians funny because it's like their comedy is relegated to like two things: men not doing this and niggas' dicks being small. If you ever really listen to a female comedian, that's all she talks about, and that can be funny in instances, but that's the basis of most of their comedy. You either talk about how much of a whore you are, which is it could be funny in instances, but with I'm a whore to stand the third. And your hostcapades, and then motherfuckers having small dicks. That might be funny the first time, but we've been hearing that shit for the longest, and it's like that's all the material that you come with. Most of the time, you don't really talk about it.
I agree. And that plays a part into them not being funny. I get it. I just, like I said, with that communication shit, I am extremely big on it. Please do that. But
that's on the top of my list.
Exactly. And that swings into our next topic, which is great. Inconsistent motherfuckers expecting consistency from others.
Oh my god.
How, bro? This is something, and I feel as women, I want y'all, see, look, when we start bringing female things, we're going to be utilizing these topics well, because there's things that I want to learn about y'all, and there could be shit that you just know that I don't. So I can't wait for those moments. But how often, bro, how often do you see women out here in these streets asking for the world when they know it's not much outside of them two lips that God put down below for them that they offer up? It becomes such a struggle when y'all are extremely inconsistent as to who you are as people and expect me to be the most extreme consistent motherfucker you ever met. I can't do that if you barely showcasing that on your end.
Stop asking guys what they bring to the table.
Don't ever
even have a table.
Don't ever ask me that.
What like that? Y'all really be encountering that?
I don't encounter that question necessarily.
No, yeah.
But I get that vibe from the chick where it's like, nigga, they put it like this. When I'm getting to know sometimes, getting to know somebody sometimes, I get a feel from a chick where she's sitting down, she got her legs crossed, and she like, dance, nigga.
The funny thing is,
I would never do that.
Dance, nigga. What women bring to the table, I'll tell you what the wrong kind of women brings to the table. The potential of fucking. That's what they bring to the table. The potential that you may fuck them. That's what these dates be about. It's like, I don't really have to tell you, you said, dance nigga, I don't really have to tell you shit. You wanna fuck me, right? Well, do what I kinda say until we get there. But it's like, the chick like that, I don't understand why she never really realizes why the end game of her run is always so short, because it's like, after you fucks, then what?
Yeah.
You have nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like whatever level you had is gone.
That's why I always try to explain to them that these little things, these intricacies, this fucking communication, the effort, the things that should be extremely easy because it's the bare minimum, if you showcase that and you push that consistently, because the topic is consistency, if you push that consistently and you got some good pussy, because this nigga said that he'd cuff up some trash, but
yo, niggas not.
Yeah, that's what you fucking did. You said that shit.
I said that.
You fucking said.
Yo, I didn't say trash.
You wipe her.
Yeah, because I can coach up mid, nigga. I can coach up mid. I'm Bill Belichick, nigga. I'm Bill Belichick. Ain't Greg Popovich, nigga. I can coach a bitch up.
How? It's 30. The Cleveland Cavaliers got a coach. They won 10 straight games.
Yo, but you talking about trash now. I'm talking about mid. Mid trash
bro,
is the
look,
thing.
look. I'm gonna be real with you, Mike. What he's saying isn't that it's not a lie. It's
true. In the comments, y'all shit is trash. If you want somebody to coach you up, I seen a couple of y'all in our fucking comments talking about he telling the truth. No, the fuck he's not. That means your shit is trash. Yeah, they put it in, trash pushy list.
Yo, but you keep saying trash. I never said trash.
What do you mean?
I'll put you on.
Yo, you obviously know you fuck bitches with trash pussy, you fuck bitches with mid pussy, and you fuck bitches with amazing pussy. You know there are 3 tiers to that. So it's like, don't act like mid is trash, because mid ain't trash, because if mid was trash, it would be trash, not mid. So it's like, don't try to be like, oh, Brady, you say good.
I don't know if you know the name of my ex, but.
Open it.
I ain't gonna do it right now. Hey, get back to this shit now. What was I saying?
Open it.
No, I'm not gonna open it. I don't know what she's saying. The fuck? But that's a little weird. But I'm just throwing off by that. But anyway, getting back to the show, y'all.
Inconsistency.
Yeah. Once again, like you were saying, I see what B is saying. I see what he's alluding to a degree. But what I'm saying,
let me take my glasses off.
The only thing that differs on this one from me, Mike, compared to him is I just personally feel as though at this point in stage of life, women will do what they can to revert back. You can coach them, you can explain things, try to walk them through it, but you are who you are. It's like when you try to. It's like me as a young bull trying to get game to an old head. I can have some superb game, but I'm dropping it on somebody that's stuck in their ways. So they may not be able to switch, and they probably not open to it either.
Let me ask you this, basketball nigga: Is Matthew Dellavedova? Is he Duncan Robinson?
No.
Who's better?
Duncan Robinson.
Is Duncan Robinson an elite player?
An elite? No.
Okay. He's a mid-tier player, right? Can you coach Duncan Robinson up?
Yes.
Okay. That's all. See, do you see where I'm going there?
I see. That's you're not losing. You're losing me because I get it. You're not losing me. I get it. I'm just saying.
Watch this now. Duncan Robinson, you can't coach him to be Kyrie Irving on ball handling. No matter how much coaching you do, Duncan Robinson will not be Kyrie Irving. He's a shooter. He ain't got no ball handling skills. He's in the NBA. But so you can coach him. You go ahead, coach him. Put him through some ball handling drills.
That's not his skill set.
At the end, he still ain't going to basketball drills.
His skill set is three.
So if this man we talking about, no matter how much you coach her, she's still not going to be able to do what you want her to do.
Reverting, I'm too afraid of that chance, and that's why I wouldn't.
For the Duncan Robinson, Duncan Robinson's a shooter. Now you talking about I want you to be a ball handler because he can't dribble. His mid is he can't dribble. Mm-hmm. So who coaching that? You know what I'm saying? You gonna either sit him down when we doing these ball handling drills, or he gonna be over there still shooting.
Okay.
So y'all be
every bitch you ever fuck had fire. That's what I got.
But see,
take him to the tree.
Every girl that had fire, and the ones that didn't, I wouldn't.
They still around? They still around?
No.
No. What about the bros that had fire though?
Yeah, we still talking to them.
Nah, nigga. You in a relationship with them? Okay.
But the thing about
fire pussy don't get you wife. That's what I'm trying to say, nigga.
But that's not what I ever said. No, it doesn't at all.
We definitely say that. I agree with you 100%.
But the ones with the fire pussy, what y'all say? I still follow them on the gram. They still get that.
Because you smell them off that milk, it don't mean nothing.
The ones who I had to mid, that's all you got.
Men's get callbacks, nigga. We not doing that. Men's get callbacks.
They don't get white.
They don't get white, B.
The
discussion initially was that wifey shit.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. I call back.
I call them back, yeah. But they not getting white. You not on the knee.
Bro, I can't be happy.
No.
Now I know when you get in our 50s or 60s, consistency. Once again, getting back to the topic. That's another thing too with consistency, y'all. always understand how important it is.
We officially Eastern Conference Finals champs. I just had to divert to them. We are officially Eastern Conference Finals champs. I know niggas said we wasn't gonna come out the East. I know niggas said we wasn't even going to playoffs. I know y'all didn't say that, but I know niggas was hating on us. We made it through the Pacers, we made it through the Bucks, we made it through the Celtics, and we gonna make it through the bum ass Lakers. Y'all know what's happening.
Lakers and 5.
Exactly.
You don't know what he talking about. But anyway, let's get back. Let's focus on the show. Let's focus on the show. So, getting into the realm of consistency. You see the topics that we bringing up, people. These topics are extremely important because even with sex, I feel like sex life in a relationship, you gotta have that consistently. Don't allow yourself to have these petty, stupid ass arguments that take you away from y'all love making. Y'all practicing on baby making. Don't stop that. I'm a very strong advocate of having consistent and healthy sex in a relationship. Fellas, if you can't rock more than once or twice, you know what I mean? Rock out with the blue chew or something. Get something wilder. Get the night going. Get it popping. Sometimes you might need that extra push. Understand how important it is to showcase your lady how much you want her, how much you want to be with her. Ladies do the same. But since we on a topic, of that. What is, because this plays a part in the consistency too, inconsistency. How do y'all feel about, in those kind of moments, the chick being assertive? And when I say that, I mean initiating sex. Is that something that y'all...
You're a queen. You deserve it all. Let me just say this. You're a queen. You deserve it all.
But this is you're 100%. Is that something that you come across consistently?
Of course not. That's why I said that.
Why is that? Why do y'all feel that it is?
Because I think it's a lot, bro. It's just like we was talking about with women shooting their shot via text or dating apps or something. Why the fuck would they shoot it first? They don't shoot it first.
Ladies, Brandon's 100% correct, but that's a problem. Consistency, once again, we hear the preach game sometimes too. Like to me, that might be like, I'm not gonna say the most important thing, but obviously communication. The essentials are always going to be there, but that is a very, very important add-on for me. When I got a chick, and like I said, you ain't got to be initiative to the point where you don't always want to start in sex, but understand how important intimacy is, and like you push forward your effort. Once again, communication, effort, consistency. You see how these is all tying in together because they're important. Continue to do all of that, and you will be the queen that you will always wanted to be for some nigga out here in the streets, because you are differentiating yourself. So this consistency, I mean, the consistency topic in general, bro, it breaks in so many ways. I just wanted to get y'all input on that section because I feel like a lot of times.
Yo, and y'all feel free. We have the Problematic Gentleman Podcast Instagram page and Twitter. Please, because that's where you guys can contact us. We want feedback on the topics that we have because we want to get you guys on these shows. In a couple episodes, we'll start letting you know we're going to do it, but we want to get you guys feedback on these topics so it can be a real discord and we can figure out what the disconnect is on a lot of these like men, women, back and forth topics. So
that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, we talk our shit a lot, but we're using this podcast to kind of make females and some niggas get on the same page.
Understand, we're coming from only a male perspective. We're not women, so it's like we have.
We gonna have y'all on soon.
That's why we need y'all on soon, man. But it's like, y'all, please engage us. Please hit up Problematic Gentleman Twitter. Please hit up the IG. We shoot the DMs up and we'll respond. We'll ask and we'll talk amongst ourselves and we'll get you guys on the show, bro.
And we've already seen some input, certain things that we like.
Leave comments.
Yes.
Hit up the videos. Tell us what you think. We really want to know, like, cause that's how we can grow and make this group venture better and better for y'all.
Right. 100%. So y'all got any more to say on the consistency and consistency?
Yeah, I think like it's like as far as the consistency, it's just like, yo, put a little bit more effort. It's like, I don't think it's that hard. Just like I said with shooting messages, like, I don't understand why women go through this thing. It's like, well, if he doesn't message me, I'm not gonna talk to him. You ever seen the meme? It's like women shooting their shots, and it's like a picture of fucking Professor Xavier with his mind to his head like this. Like, bitch, I'm not a mind reader. You have to say what's up. Like, a woman shooting her shot is her thinking about you.
But you know what that is, B? You said this plenty of times. That's always. It's sad that we even have these conversations at times because we don't know the answers for them. But to answer that question directly, in which he brought up, or that topic in specific, it's because we as kids get taught as males to deal with rejection. Women know nothing about rejection and they fear it. So they would never admit it. Naturally, you're not going to be accustomed to something you often don't see. So you put yourself, when you actively shooting your shot, mom, you're actively putting yourself in a position to get shot down. Right. You know that going into it. So therefore that is going to stop you from being the consistent one and putting forth the effort and shooting your shots. You're not, bro. For instance, damn, I'm really actually gotta think about this. How many times have y'all been asked out on a date?
Baby.
Like you, like I want to take you out and I'm going to pay for everything.
That's not.
No. You're asking way too much by saying that. How about, let's just start at.
I'm asking way too much.
No. I know you're not. But to women, they're gonna like, cause you said a mouthful. Let's go out on a date. and let me pay for everything. I've never heard that to that extent, and I don't think most men have. Now, I've been on dates. No, I understand that. I've been on dates where a woman has paid once or twice. Yeah, that goes a long way, ladies.
Oh my God!
You want to make a good impression? Pay the first date. Now, I'm not saying do it every time because I'll pay for every other date. But pay the first time. If I don't know you, that is a great impression. But back to what I'm saying, it's like just leave it at like let's go on a date. Cause I got into a relationship with a chick that did that to me.
I was about to say
let's go on a date.
That wasn't my girl or a girl that I was dealing with. Never. Now a girl that I was dealing with had been like, let's go out. Blah, 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 I want to go to this place.
Oh yeah. So you said, even when you dealing with them, like y'all are both then saying that like them asking you that, but then actively being the one to pay for everything is too like that doesn't happen. No, that hasn't happened.
They asked me on the date and then
they pay for whatever y'all do.
I've had my date paid for maybe like 2 or 3 times.
I've never had that.
And I don't prefer that. I don't prefer that. It'd be nice to have it, but it's like obviously, man, I know how that go. I'm gonna pay for the date. But it's just like one time, it was years ago. Shorty was like, "Here come the check," and obviously it's my nature to pay. She's like, "Oh no, you with me?" I'm like, "Chill, dog. I'm paying for this." She was like, "No, you with me. I'm paying for this." And it's like that meant a lot, yo. Facts, nigga. Like I think she was a couple years older than me. Maybe like 3 years older than me. I was probably like 22 at the time. She was probably like 25. But that shit meant a whole lot, and that shit went a long way. It's like, bro, this dinner probably like $45, but she offering to pay, and it's like that made me so much more attracted to her, yo. Like I put in a lot of effort, hung out and did whatever, but it's like a lot of women just had this false sense of pride that they taught and they groomed with. It's just like you don't have to have that. You can let your inhibitions down, and like if you see something you like, go after it, because a closed mouth don't get fed.
100%.
Go for it, yo. You gonna miss out on something good, cling to some like social status that you've been taught. Like you can ask for something that you want. You can be like, yo, I like you. Let me take you out. I'm gonna pay. Do we not all have jobs? What's a $30, $40, $50, $60 date, yo? Like, what's that?
We had this conversation all the time, but like I said, honestly, like I know we say this, and I'm not saying y'all normalizing it. Like that's your active decision, but I feel as though as men, it's right. Like it pains me to know that that's something that we can just be like, no, it had to happen.
I'm not splitting.
It's like, damn,
I'm not splitting the bill.
Oh hell no, I'm not doing that. Whoever goes, if we paying all the way. Or if you want to be done, shit, ladies, sometimes because y'all be killing me with this. If this a whole subject tough. I shouldn't even say this.
I know where you're going.
If I'm gonna pay for the tag, like say it's a chick that really takes serious the idea of how much you tip.
You know I have to go here now.
Don't dive full in, bro, because that's a whole nother subject. But me personally, I have my own scales and how I'm gonna decide to tip. Now, if it's good, like actual service, you're going to get a good tip. But you're subjected to
whatever I want to pay, bitch, who makes her money from tips. That's how you pay your bills. You pay your bills through tips. So don't ever in your life, I'm not gonna get into examples, a whole show for that, but girls who like are no longer in the service industry, don't then tell me, well, this is how we live, and you don't understand. If I feel like paying a motherfucker $5 on a $50 tip or a $50 bill, that's what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna give you $20, that's what I'm gonna do. But do not tell me that I need to pay because that's how you eat. That's not my problem. Make better decisions and get a better job. If you eating and living and paying bills off your tips, that's your problem, yo. I'm sorry, that's how you live.
But you know we live in a world in which the accountability.
I don't give a fuck about no bitch.
Yo, alright, getting back to what I was saying. Once again, all I am asking is for consistency. So across the board, I would love to be taken out on a date. Oh my God, Brandon wasn't joking when he said like, yo, Jordan be coming in trying to fall in love quick. You do some shit like that for me. Bro, I can't remember the last time I had a chick pay for the date, like the first date or in general. But like you doing that, it just separates you because it's
that
like
gonna be into this
I consistently.
But you said you gonna be in your room listening to the time. You like, how you gonna act like?
Now I'm listening to what's the one, John? Why can't we? I'm gonna be in that moment, boy. I'm gonna fall in love like a motherfucker, man. But that's what I'm saying though, like that consistency part, like the little things, if you can do shit like that, because I consistently don't see that shit. That's the problem. So it's like
it's not normalized.
Yes. So then you differentiate yourself off of the easiest fucking thing about putting a fucking credit card on a piece of fucking paper. Like that's what I'm saying. It's certain things that y'all can really drag y'all far away.
Just say that too. That might be, if y'all broke, just say that.
Say that then.
Like,
but if you just broke Like, maybe if you broke, maybe don't suggest to be going out to a bunch of places. Maybe suggest, let's go to the park.
Doing that I was talking to you about in Jersey. Yeah. That was the downfall. Like he said, she was broke. Obviously, she was trying to rip Wi-Fi off her neighbor. But she was always like, let's go bowling, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm like, I'm paying for everything.
Bitch, how you got wine tasting beer money? Like, shout out to Herm Edwards because he be having them quotables. But y'all be having wine tasting beer money. So it's like, don't say let's go to Roof Chris or wherever the fuck you bitches like to go, and like, or Cheesecake Factory or whatever y'all like to do or go or spend your entertainment at. But then don't even have the slightest iota to think maybe I should pay for this. Maybe I should surprise him. Maybe I should treat him. If you don't got $1 to your name or you don't plan on paying, like maybe why don't you ever suggest a park date? A bitch has never suggested a park date to me. Actually, a bitch has, but not a lot. Not a whole lot. Maybe once or twice.
Well, speaking of this shit, because I forgot what exactly. How the fuck did we talked about this before? It's a day and that shit. It lines with the day and that, the consistency, all this shit ties in. It's like I've had, and I love moments like this because it showcases how much of a piece of shit person you are. And this is the reason why it's not gonna work out to begin with. When I'm trying to plan a date with a chick off the social date now, we've gotten to a point where trying to get that going isn't a bad thing. Right. So I'm like, all right, I'm comfortable now. Hey, how do you feel about let's doing this? Like I might say, I don't know, let's go out for Chinese food. And then everything that you throw out, they have a rebuttal to as to why it won't work.
Alright, let's not go anywhere.
So then, like she's like, I don't like Chinese food. So then I'm like, alright, well I try to switch up the date. I'm like, alright, so like we can take Sega and go out for a walk. And they're like, I'm allergic to dog. Or some bullshit. I'm just trying to shoot out bullshit. And then when you do that and you try to create a rebuttal as to why you can't do something, you ever notice the one thing, fellas, whenever that happens, you feeling extremely uncomfortable by it, just say, okay, that's fine. If you still want to see me, you can go ahead and plan it.
Yo, bro, it's in my phone right now. It's in my phone right now. I'm gonna tell you.
Like Brandon told me yesterday, when you do shit like that, watch how a woman just squirt. Remember you said it's like backing a crazy, like a rabid animal into a corner.
Rabbit animal into a corner. They don't know what to do at that point. But now I'm gonna read you a text. I'm gonna read you a text real quick, cause I was like, and mind you, we still in COVID, so it's not a lot of shit that I personally want to risk myself to do. Mind you, what I'm proposing has nothing, absolutely nothing. Has nothing to do with sex. I've hung out with this girl before. We dated like 2 years ago.
Yes, he has an Android.
Yeah, 100% on. I don't want no iPhone. Never had no iPhone. Razor phone, high-end phone, mad processing power, mad GPU. My phone records in 4K and all that fly shit. Don't want no fucking Apple. That shit is trash. No, don't say that shit then, nigga. But no, all jokes aside, like I dated this girl 2 years ago. Had a good time, hung out, all that fly shit. She was been in her crib before, all that shit. So she magically matched with me on a date night like 2 weeks ago. Haven't talked to her in 2 years. So it's like, all right, we started talking, and then I'm gonna just give you a brief explanation of how this shit went. I was like, you wanna come by tomorrow evening? And she was like, you mean Monday? And I think I fucked the days up. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And she was like, come by, question mark, question mark, question mark. I was like, yeah, my place. And she was like, to do, question mark, question mark, question mark. Alright,
to fuck.
I see what this is going to be, and it's not to fuck.
But what answer do you want?
Right. What you trying to say, bitch? You think I'm trying? Let me take you to my sex room. No, bitch. I want you to come over and watch TV and do whatever the fuck else, because I'm not trying
to happens.
Yeah. Whatever happens. But I was like, after she said to do, I was like, what you mean? To chill, talk, watch a movie or something? Unless you want to set something up. And she said, her response was, you can set something up. Yes. Wait. You know I ain't talking to her, bitch. That was September 20th. I ain't talking to you. Read. She said, after I said, I said, unless you want to set something else up. She was like, you can set something up. Yes. And then she followed up with good morning the next morning. It's like, mommy, you know you just fucking yes.
Wait, what did she say yes to?
What do I, like, what? Like, I said, you want to come over here? We can chill. And it's not like, I can see if this is like a first date type of thing. I'll give you a little bail off that. I ain't going to ask you to come over here off the first link up, especially if you're not comfortable. And if you were to say some shit like that, I'd give you bail and be like, all right, let's go do something. Bitch, we done hung out before. We went on mad dates before. So it's like, don't even play that game with me. So it's like, and I've been to her house. All that shit, nigga. A couple times. So it's like,
she's just weird.
Yeah.
Nigga, she's just weird.
That's why you still available. Whoever.
And you always going to be available. And then, this is separate.
Yeah, all right.
But like, I'm just confused as to why it's like, after I tell you,
she got kids, nigga.
No, she don't.
Okay.
She don't got kids.
Nah.
Nah, she don't got kids. She just got male friends. And she think I'm taking her serious. And when you got male friends, I would never take her serious. You got male friends. That's another topic. We'll talk about that another day.
I like that topic. I love that.
But nah, she just hit me with the I could set. Telling me, she said, yeah, you can set something up. Bitch, I just set something up. You ain't trying to indulge in that. So now the ball's in your court. Like, like so.
And that's what I'm saying.
I'm going to hear from her on the 12th of February.
Once again, that's what I'm saying. Ladies, this could be so simple. Y'all make this shit so difficult. In that moment, he only didn't put that on her as a burden to say, okay, you go ahead and make the plan. Because now you're putting me in a position. I can't say anything that you accept, so you go ahead and try. And you ever notice how y'all just be like, no, I don't want to try. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, why is all the onus on me? And as a man, from a kid to now, grown ass man, that's something that we always have to harness. Y'all understand the bullshit that we have to deal with dating too. So we want to utilize this platform to showcase the bullshit that we deal with all the time when it comes to dating. So, I just, ladies, there's a lot of things y'all can do differently. I hope that you took something from this, a piece of advice or something
I owe her
with your consistency.
Sometimes the shit just don't register. It's just like, you ever like when you was a kid, you was playing like PlayStation or something with your brother and sister, and you try to give them the fucked up controller because the X button ain't work. Because the X button don't register.
Well, I used to do that with Mikey all the time. You know, Mikey younger. And Mikey was one of them niggas that used to play the game and jump at the same time.
I played whatever game I was playing. I played it myself too. So if it was a fighting game, I was fighting.
You was fighting the game.
You know what I'm saying?
But I say that to say, if I'm giving you a broke controller because the button don't register, maybe why don't it register in your head to initiate something, to try to just rehash some of the shit we talking about, to shoot that text message, to shoot that DM, to take that dude out, to offer to pay. Now, obviously, ladies, I know what y'all gonna say. Well, yeah, niggas broke, yeah, bro. I'm just saying, maybe pay the first time on it. This will link up because it goes a long way. Because like impression is important. If you propose that to a dude that you feel like you may like, you could get somewhere with that. But it's like y'all pride is too like bottled up somewhere, and it's like y'all play this game, man, where y'all too cool for school, and it's like that's all right. But I know a lot of bitches that's too cool for school, that's approaching 35 and that's in their 40s, who now just have kids without the dad ain't around because you the made poor choices because you curved all your viable dating options. So it's like, where you at?
Bro. We are just here to help. And there's things, like I said, you're going to be able to come on this platform and help us, but trust me, I want to learn so much more about dating because I feel as though, at this point in my life, I already know like a decision is going to be made soon for me to then take myself out of the game. Not in that way.
This nigga trying to take us out of the game, y'all. He just played like 2 weeks ago. This nigga going out.
Bro, chill. You got to relax. I'm not saying that. What I'm talking about is, I'm saying...
How you going to act
what I'm saying is when y'all have to understand the different things that you can do to better yourself in situations and get consistency from the one nigga that you actually want. There could be something on your side that you have to work with, but it comes with you understanding first and foremost, I am part of the issue, I have to fix it, what can I do different? Compromise
is that
and
the accountability
consistency.
way we doing? Accountability.
You gonna probably see us do that at the end of every single episode because I feel like accountability is like the God mantra of everything that we'll discuss.
Because it eludes you chicks so easily. It's like, why is accountability and taking initiative just something that you guys don't want to indulge in? I promise it don't hurt. I promise it don't hurt. But for some strange reason, it's just this thing of where it's like, I'm not gonna do that because it makes me look thirsty. It makes me look interested. Bitch, ain't you supposed to be interested?
Yes.
Ain't you supposed to like me if you say you like me? Ain't you supposed to wanna? Unless you just going on a date with food guy or whatever you got him saved in your phone as. But it's like, if it's somebody you really like, I ain't knocking you. If some goofies wanna pay for you to just go out to eat and that's all you ever do, I ain't knocking you, queen. But at some point,
them niggas is bad. It's y'all fault. We in these situations.
But you
weirdo.
You cognizant enough to know if like you do that off the first or second link, if you dub it anyway, you gonna smell that before you even go on a date, bro. Like, so it's like we can't worry about the clown ass niggas that's out there because they should probably hang themselves from jump.
They left the game up.
They fucking the game up, and all they doing is wasting money in their pockets. It's not gonna be none of us. So it's like, they have to exist just like we have to exist. It's good for the ecosystem because them bitches gotta eat somehow and we fan for it.
It's true.
So it's like, at the end of the day, bro, I just want to use this platform with my homies to be like, what can we all do as people in the dating game to better all of ourselves? It's not just like, obviously, you see 3 dudes on here that are confident in their abilities, and we talk a bunch of bravado shit and machismo shit, but it's like, we do all want to eventually end up somewhere and learn, like you said, and like be with, you know, our significant other that we can have something with.
Yes.
But it takes conversation, it takes discourse, it takes dialogue, which again, like, that's why we gonna have some of you bros up here eventually to talk it out and discuss what the problem really is. As long as your feelings don't get hurt easy, because we're going, oh, that's it.
Yeah, don't come up here if you look. This shit ain't for the con. This shit ain't
And
for
we will understand. We will vet y'all out before we do this. Look, it ain't no, I'm being attacked and all this shit because I don't like their opinion and this, that, and the other. No, we'll be a better process for you come up here. So don't come with the dumb shit, yo. I promise. Don't do it.
You can come with the dumb shit, but you gonna look dumb.
Yeah, no matter what, we're gonna post whatever you come up here and say. If you don't want that shit posted, don't come up here and say that because we posting ain't
That's the perfect way to say that.
Ain't keep king.
Because 100% that's gonna be the case. But y'all, to wrap this all up, it's been a lovely episode 2. I had a lot of fun.
The homie
got to sing a little bit, you know what I mean? Got my bag.
Talking about the social media.
For real, so many topics, you know, like we were saying earlier, go ahead, reach out to the Problematic Gentleman Twitter page, Instagram page. If there's something that you feel like we can discuss, just let us know.
Comment on the videos, like the videos. Tell us what, the YouTube gonna drop Tuesday. The episode's gonna drop Tuesday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and a bunch of other DSPs. We'll find out later on this week. We waiting on approval for some others.
Right.
But we gonna be.
No, for a fact you gonna get that 2 YouTube episodes.
Yeah, YouTube and Spotify on Tuesday for the show. Apple Podcasts probably gonna be Tuesday as well. But just be on the lookout for us, follow us, support us, share our shit, post our shit. Just try to get us out there.
Make something out of this.
We up and coming, but you know what it is. This is the second episode of Problematic Gentleman.
I fucking love y'all.
We out.
Yes, sir.